Next up, I've got some advice that could potentially save you quite a bit of money. I'm talking about how to save your gadgets if they get wet. You can almost guarantee that sometime in the life of your tech, it'll have a nasty encounter with water. And the top 5 causes of water damage are being dropped into the loo, rinsed in the washing machine, caught in the sink, tipped into the sea and dunked into a drink. But astonishingly, almost no phones are damaged due to synchronized swimming. Until now. I'd given the swimming team 4 identical pay-as-you-go mobile phones, all fully working and all turned on. The underwater routine lasted 5 minutes, more than enough to give the phones a good soaking. Brilliant, ladies. I thought that was absolutely magnificent. A definite 10 out of 10 from me. And the phones are thoroughly soaked. I decided to try out 4 highly recommended methods of rescuing them. And all of them started off with exactly the same advice. Now, the first thing you need to do is take out the battery pretty smartish to cut off the power. You also might as well take out the SIM card and any SD cards you've got in there in an attempt to save your data as well. Right, it was time to put my methods to the test. Now, this tip might seem strange. It involves putting your waterlogged phone in the fridge. Cold air holds less moisture than warm air, so the chilled fridge air should draw out the tiny water droplets from the phone. However, if the phone gets too cold, it'll suck moisture out of the air when you take it out of the fridge, forming condensation inside the phone, making things worse. So the idea is you take the phone out every half an hour and leave it for 10 minutes before putting it back. I kept this up for a full 6 hours and came back to see how it had fared. And... oh no! Nothing whatsoever. What a disappointment! Hopefully I'd have better luck with the next method. My next tip could be useful if you've dunked your phone at home and have some uncooked rice handy. Take the phone, including the battery, and put it in a container half full of rice. I use short grain rice as it's more absorbent than long grain. Then fill up the rest of the container and leave it for 12 hours. In theory, the dry rice will suck the moisture from the phone. I left the rice overnight to give it time to absorb the water. Would this technique work? And no signs of life at all. Just a squishing noise. This really wasn't going well. For the third method, I turned to suction power, using a vacuum cleaner. I'm going to use the nozzle attachment in an attempt to suck the water out of the phone. Here we go. I kept this up for 20 minutes. Aha, we've got lights. Ooh, there's some things happening. Oh, no. I thought for a moment we'd had a success, but no! So I turned to a trusted old favourite. The table lamp method. Place the components under a lamp and leave for 12 hours. Make sure the bulb's about 50 centimetres from the phone so you don't melt it. All light bulbs generate heat as well as light, so this should be a good way of evaporating moisture from your handset gently. Like the rice method, I left it overnight and came back to check the next day. And nothing's happening at all. No lights, no sound, nothing. Another failure! And the table lamp method had worked for me in the past, but still nothing. But in true Gadget Show style, I didn't let failure stop me. I collected 4 new phones and dunked them, but for only a minute this time. I ran the tests all over again. Would getting them out of the water more quickly help save my phones? First off, I tried the fridge method again. The blue panels come on, but that's about it. Another failure. Fridges don't seem to be the place for wet phones, so I moved on to the rice method. Just a blank screen. We have lights. There is someone at home, but they're not making any sense. Hello? Still no good. Could the vacuum cleaner do better? Now, will it actually work? Ooh! Hello? Hello. I'm coming from all angles. Excellent. It worked. Finally, we had a success. The water had been completely sucked out. What about my favourite lamp method? It's working. Brilliant. Fantastic. The heat had fully dried out the phone overnight. That's 2 out of 4. So, there are ways of drying out your waterlogged phone, providing you get it out of the water as quickly as possible.